Cassidy Celeste, cheerleader and theater performer, had a normal high school life. So when she got sick one week, doctors thought it was a simple virus.
It was a mystery virus. They couldn't figure out what it was. And so we kind of expected it would get better.
But it got worse. After just weeks, Cassidy's heart rate shot up. She fainted frequently and struggled through her daily routine.
One really embarrassing week, I barely even remember. I couldn't even wash my hair or bathe myself at all.
After 4 long years of being passed from one doctor to the next, Cassidy was diagnosed with an illness called postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, or POTS. UNC Hospital's chief of cardiology, Rick Stauffer, says the illness isn't easy to identify.
POTS is not as well understood or defined as a lot of syndromes. It's not like there's a blood test or an imaging test which says this patient has POTS, and that can be frustrating.
POTS is caused by defects in the nervous system. Blood collects in Cassidy's arms and legs, dropping her blood pressure to dangerously low levels. In your doctor's office, it's important to find someone who trusts and listens to you. In patients of chronic illness like Cassidy, this wasn't always the case.
Because people didn't understand, it was kind of just passed off as being in my head. But they don't really listen a lot of the time. They think they know better, and it's frustrating.
Studies estimate that POTS affects between 1 million and 3 million Americans. 83% of POTS patients were given a psychological misdiagnosis. 59% were told that their symptoms were all in their head.
Most patients want someone who's going to listen to them, who's someone who's a partner in their health, and I think in chronic illness, those become even more important.
POTS has paralyzed Cassidy's digestive system. She doesn't eat food, but rather takes in formula through her abdomen. She takes medications for muscle spasms 3 to 6 times a day and often has to use a wheelchair.
The things that I once took for granted were kind of just taken away from me.
In Raleigh, I'm Gayatri Rathod reporting.